Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you, and welcome. Today we're looking into something really fascinating, an ancient blueprint, you could say, for prosperity. Not just money, but like overall well-being.
Yeah, strategies that maybe don't fit the usual modern advice, but they promise a richer life in a truly holistic way.
Exactly. These aren't just theories, they're practical paths, really, honed over centuries. And they offer some surprising insights, might even be a shortcut to understanding how to build a more abundant life.
Absolutely. For well over 1400 years, these principles have been shared, offering really profound insights into building that kind of life. Financially, yes, but also in terms of blessings, inner peace, that sort of thing.
And what's amazing is how relevant they still feel.
It really is. They align so well with modern ideas about focus, mindset, even the power of contribution. It's like timeless wisdom that just, well, works.
Okay, so what's our goal here today? We want to unpack 5 specific strategies, really powerful ones that could genuinely impact your journey towards, greater wealth and well-being.
And some of these might seem a bit backwards or counterintuitive.
Definitely. But the idea is that they can unlock unexpected blessings. So let's get into it.
Right.
So the first principle, it's about the power of sincere supplication. Asking for something specific in this context, maybe wealth. It's called dua.
Right. And the key word there is sincere.
Exactly, because lots of people might, rattle off requests like a wish list. But the real power, the leverage, it comes from deep sincerity.
It's about asking with this profound trust that the response, whatever it is, will come when and how it's right for you. Not necessarily right away or exactly how you picture it.
It's a different kind of trust, isn't it?
It really is. It's not just demanding an outcome. There's this great example of Prophet Abai, a really wise figure. When he needed healing, he asked for it only if the cure was actually right for him.
Wow, that's quite different from a get-rich-quick cure.
Totally different. It's not about just getting the thing. It's about what's genuinely best for your whole well-being, the bigger picture. And interestingly, even modern neuroscience touches on this. Articulating desires with sincere belief can actually prime your brain to spot opportunities.
So it shifts your reality subtly.
Kind of, yeah. And the act of asking itself with that level of trust is considered an act of worship. It connects you, aligns you with something greater.
That distinction is crucial. It's not just wanting, it's aligning. But how do you cultivate that trust if you're used to just asking for stuff?
Well, it's a bit of both a mindset shift and practice.
Yeah.
It starts with understanding that maybe the grand plan is for your ultimate good, even if it doesn't feel like it right now.
Okay.
And practically, you
Yeah.
practice asking like that, and then you watch. You notice the small ways prayers are answered, maybe differently than expected. That builds the trust over time. Realizing sometimes a no is actually protection.
Right, or not yet. Okay. That leads nicely into the second principle, which is maybe even more counterintuitive.
Uh-huh.
It's the act of continuously seeking forgiveness, known as Istighfar.
Right. And you think, what does saying sorry have to do with my bank balance?
Exactly. Seems totally unrelated. But it's described as this incredibly powerful way to build prosperity. The promise is amazing. A way out of every difficulty, provision from sources you wouldn't even expect.
And this isn't just a nice idea, it's deeply rooted in ancient texts. Think about it psychologically too, though. Constantly seeking forgiveness. It involves self-reflection, humility. It lifts that mental burden of guilt or regret.
Frees up energy.
Exactly. Frees up cognitive, emotional space. You can then channel that into productive things. Maybe see opportunities you were too weighed down to notice before. There's this incredible story about Imam Ahmed ibn Hanbal, a giant scholar, He traveled somewhere, didn't announce who he was, very humble, tried to stay in a mosque overnight, but the caretaker, maybe not knowing who he was, said no. Yeah. But a baker saw this happen, felt sorry for him, and invited him to stay at his place. So Imam Ahmed is watching this baker work all night, kneading dough, baking, and the whole time, the baker's just murmuring, constantly.
Murmuring, like praying.
Well, yeah, Ahmed asked him in the morning. The baker said, "Oh, I'm just constantly seeking forgiveness, making istighfars. It's become second nature." And then he added, I've never asked for anything that wasn't granted except one thing.
Okay, I'm hooked. What was it?
He said, my only unanswered prayer is to meet the great scholar Imam Ahmed ibn Hanbal before I die. Yeah. Imam Ahmed apparently just burst into tears and said, well, I am Ahmed ibn Hanbal, and I was dragged hundreds of miles here, turned away from the mosque, just so your prayer could be answered.
That's just incredible. What a connection.
It really shows the power, doesn't it? And if that wasn't enough, there's another one from Hassan al-Basri, another major figure. People came to him with all sorts of problems. One guy complained about drought, another about poverty, someone wanting a child, someone else whose garden was drying up.
So completely different issues.
Totally different.
Yeah.
But his advice to every single one of them was the same. Make istighfar. Just keep seeking forgiveness.
His students must have thought he was a bit simplistic.
They did. They apparently asked him, is that your only answer?
Yeah.
But he explained, look, this isn't just my opinion. He then quoted sacred texts directly linking seeking forgiveness to blessings like rain, wealth, children, gardens, rivers, all of it.
So it's like a master key.
Basically, yes.
Yeah.
It removes obstacles, both internal, like emotional blocks, and potentially external ones too. It clears the path for abundance to flow, and sometimes from directions you'd never expect.
Fascinating. So, clearing the internal slate with forgiveness. What about acknowledging what we already have? That brings us to number 3. And this one's surprisingly simple. It doesn't even need words, apparently. It's the power of sincere gratefulness. Shukr. Genuinely feeling grateful in your heart for blessings.
And the promise attached to this is huge. It's essentially, if you are grateful, divine power will increase you in favor.
Yeah.
It's presented as a fundamental law.
Like a Trex-like, almost.
Sort of. And again, neuroscience backs this up. Practicing gratitude literally rewires your brain, strengthening pathways for positive emotion, making you notice more good things and actually become more resourceful.
Interesting.
There's that classic psychology analogy, the picture of the kid beaming, absolutely thrilled with just one slice of cake.
Right.
And another picture,
Yeah.
a kid looking miserable, even though he has almost the entire cake, but one slice is missing.
Yeah, I know that one. How can the one with less be happier?
It's all about focus, isn't it? The happy kid focused on what he had. The sad kid focused only on what was missing.
So where you put your attention shapes your reality.
Precisely. The sad kid, despite having almost everything, felt poor because he was defined by that one missing piece. It shows that focusing on lack just amplifies the feeling of lack.
Whereas focusing on blessings.
Makes them feel bigger and somehow seems to attract more. The core definition of wealth in this tradition isn't just having stuff, it's being free from need. And if you're constantly focused on what you lack, you'll always feel needy, always feel poor, no matter what you actually have. Gratitude flips that switch from scarcity to abundance.
That really turns the more is better idea on its head. Okay, so we've got supplication, forgiveness, gratitude, aligning our inner style. Now we turn outward. Principle 4, giving charity, Sadaqah.
Yes, the paradoxical power of giving.
And this one, for many people, is a real sticking point. How can giving away money possibly increase your wealth? It just doesn't compute logically for some.
Well, this one definitely requires, let's say, a deep faith in how it works. The core teaching is very clear. Giving charity does not decrease wealth, it actually does the opposite.
It increases it.
It increases it. And not only that, it's also said to protect your existing wealth from trouble, from calamity. So it's not just growth, it's also like insurance.
Virtual insurance, yeah, that's a big addition. It's not just about giving, but also protection.
Exactly. And it also changes your relationship with what you have. It becomes a tool for securing more blessings and protection. And importantly, it's not always about money.
Right. You can give time, knowledge.
A kind word, even a smile. Different forms open different channels of blessings. It's about cultivating generosity, an open hand.
Okay, so it's broader than just cash. What about when to give? Is there a best time?
That's a really good question. The teaching suggests the most impactful charity is given when you yourself are still striving, maybe even struggling a bit, but hoping for more.
When it actually costs you something, emotionally or financially?
Kind of, yeah. It's easy to give when you're overflowing, but giving when it feels like a stretch, when you're aspiring for more yourself, that shows real faith, real trust in this principle.
So find a balance, not giving so much it harms you, but not being stingy either.
Exactly. Reaching a point where you feel, okay, that was generous, that was purposeful.
All right. Now, the fifth and final principle, and this one you hear it described as the ultimate leverage point, the biggest hack, maybe.
Mhm.
And it's waking up early.
Sounds simple, right? Maybe the hardest for some.
Definitely challenging for the snooze button fans. But why is it framed as so powerful for growth, personal and financial?
There's a beautiful supplication. O divine power, bless my nation in the hours of the morning. The reason it's seen as such powerful leverage is, well, it creates this unique window.
A window for what?
A window to practice all the other principles we just talked about. Now, think about it. The early morning, it's quiet, fewer distractions, your mind is clearer, maybe your willpower is stronger before the day hits you.
Okay, I see it.
It's described as a time of tranquility, of receptivity. So your sincere supplication might feel more focused, your gratitude might feel deeper. You could consciously seek forgiveness or even plan your charity for the day. It amplifies everything else.
Like a force multiplier. That makes sense. It ties it all together.
Exactly. And think about highly successful people. Many of them talk about those early hours, maybe 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. They often say they get more done, more quality work in those hours than the rest of the day.
It's true. You do hear that a lot.
It's not just about productivity, though. It's about aligning yourself with that blessed time, using it intentionally for these practices. If you do that consistently, you build this incredible momentum, this advantage. Holistic prosperity almost becomes inevitable.
Okay. So just to recap the five. Sincere asking, or dua. Continuously seeking forgiveness, Istighfar. Heartfelt gratitude, Shukr. Purposeful charity, Sadaqah. And the big one, waking up early to practice them all.
That's the essence of it.
It's a lot to think about. I really invite you, our listeners, to consider how integrating even just one of these ancient but still so relevant ideas could shift things in your daily life, your path to well-being.
Yeah. And maybe a final thought to leave you with. How might intentionally trying just one of these, maybe for a week, start to change how you even define wealth and abundance in your own life? It's about much more than just the bank balance.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us for this exploration. Assalamu alaikum. And please do subscribe.